Now, the coronavirus pandemic may have disrupted economies around the world, but also has it opened an endless opportunity for tech-based jobs and offers. Today's on Tech Business, we delve into the 8 high-income skills to learn this year to have gainful employment. As always, Henry Kopla, lead of tech firm Eyes of Africa, joins us for more. Henry, great to have you here once again. Share with us the 8 high-income skills to learn this time around to gain employment this year, gainful employment as it sounds.
Thank you very much, Charles. So the tech business is seeing a very big boost, quite a lot of fundraising happening for a lot of startups. So one of the income-bringing skills that a lot of people would be looking at is the Web3 and blockchain development. I mean, that's very new, where a lot of people are looking into the DeFi sector, creating a lot of points into the cryptocurrency and creating a lot of applications in terms of the educational sector, the political sector, using blockchain technologies. And so for people that are interested in learning a good skill that will take them far, I mean, the Web3 and the blockchain development seems to be one of the lookout skills that you should be looking at. I mean, it's not really developed. There are not a lot of pipes, a lot of tutorials around to look at, not a lot of universities treating such topics, but there are quite a lot of information online which you could basically pick up and try and learn in. The next thing I would look at is the mobile application development. I mean, mobile application is becoming the order of the day. A lot of people are looking at creating mobile applications that are going to suit their business requirements. Quite a lot of people are getting a lot of funding into their startups and would require a lot of developers in the mobile application sector. And so it's one of the biggest points where you could look at. The next one I might look at, really one of the things that's really new, web development. But I could tell you that it's still on the boom, especially in Africa, because quite a lot of people are now realizing the need for website development for their organizations because of reputational issues. And so a lot of people are looking at that sector one way or the other. So it could be a good skill that you could look at in that regard.
All right, so you've mentioned Web3 and blockchain development. You've mentioned mobile application development and website development. Also, walk us through affiliate marketing and cloud computing.
Marketing, I mean, one of the most amazing ways when you're looking at doing sales. I mean, the people that don't know how to do programming could be looking at affiliate marketing. That's a way where you get to make a lot of sales on tech products. And so if I get to experience, let's say, a cloud computing product and I feel that it's good, I could tell people that, hey, this cloud computing program is good, and people could just jump on. By them using the application, I get to get some money thrown at me, and that could be one of the ways people could generate money. Cloud computing, no-brainer. I mean, quite a lot of people are jumping onto the cloud applications, cloud softwares, cloud services, services online. And so there are quite a number of them that are there now. When people are jumping on these architecture, you realize that then we need a lot of engineers on these architecture. And so you being able to understand, let's say, Amazon platforms in terms of their cloud computing points gives you a big leverage to working in one of the big tech companies around. I could look at maybe tech writing, which is one of the things that's really coming up because a lot of people want people that are very good with tech to be able to put down things regarding their business development processes and other things, and translating the algorithms into plain languages for people to understand. And so being able to leverage between code and leverage between plain language gives you a work in the tech industry. Data analytics, I love data analytics because it's one of the biggest, I could bet on it, that would give a lot of people money. You relatively need to understand thorough code to be able to get to that point. But you being a big analyst could give you a leverage. I mean, there are lots of data running around and you could definitely be looking at it. The last one I might just mention through the social media marketing and influence marketing. I mean, being able to understand social media. People think that it's just about posting, but no, it goes way beyond posting. It comes in with strategies. I mean, what strategy would you want to put on TikTok for a company? What strategy would you want to give a media company on Twitter? I mean, all those strategy comes into play. And so you being able to understand that game, understand the algorithms that come along with social media, being able to do a proper planning, proper content management on it, and even being an influencer on social media gives you a big leverage in terms of money. I mean, you really don't need to just learn code to be able to be doing social media marketing and influence marketing. So anybody relatively could be start looking at that point and getting in it.
And for those who would want to venture into this particular skill, do they have to earn a particular experience before venturing into this tech-based field? And whilst you're at it, also help our viewers appreciate the amount in terms of the monetary value in salary that they will be enjoying once they have these skills at their fingertips.
So these are high-level skills. What you should know is that they pay very much. If you're getting into a good startup that has raised some level of funding, you should be looking at around $2,000 to almost about $4,000 in terms of the revenues for any of these skills that I've actually mentioned. There are also quite some creative ones which comes in with being bigger engineers or being a senior engineer in any of the companies. But at least I can just bet my hands on almost about $2,000 to like $5,000 for any of these 8 skills that I've actually raised up. I mean, skills as much as social media marketing relatively gets these influencers making as minimum as, let's say, like 1,500 at shots of content. And so if they're doing these shots of content, let's say for 5 different companies in a month, you're relatively using almost about 10,000 Ghana cedis in your space. And so it becomes competitive, it becomes how you become smarter, and also how you get to dedicate some level of time. The problem with these skills is that you really need a lot of time to perfect them, to be able to use them, because quite a lot of people don't get to perfect their skills before they get into the industry, and so they get a lot of challenges and they're not able to prove their worth. There are a lot of companies in Ghana that are looking out for, let's say, machine learning architect or artificial intelligence, let's say, programmers, but they are not getting because people don't really stick at their necks to learn fully. I mean, being an artificial intelligence engineer could earn you as much as almost about $8,000 to $10,000 a month. And these are high-level skills that people could definitely just sit. You really don't need university tuition to get into any of these skills I've actually mentioned. By subscribing to some of the tutorials that are around on online courses,
sure,
you relatively could build up the skills to be able to work and earn some income.
Henry, we're grateful that you could help us with these tidbits on how to expand your skill set as an entrepreneur, as a university graduate, whoever you are, to earn employable income at the end of the month. Well, you're still watching Marketplace with me, Charles Aite, and I think that'll be it for the bulletin, but we shall be leaving you with Funded in today's edition of Funded, where we help you appreciate how best to situate your business idea to attract the needed income. Take a look.
Hello guys, it's another time with me on your 1-minute financial tips with Dr. Thelma of the Desert Dew Services and Consultancy. Today, we are talking about the originality of your idea. Once you have a business idea, you need to convince the founders that your idea is an original one and not an afterthought. Remember that funders would want to fund an idea that is original and it is coming directly from you. Always remember to explain into details to funders what exactly your idea is about, what needs you seek to address, and who your target audience are. Funders would want to spend their money and their time on an idea that is original, coming from you, and it is very convincing. Until you are able to do that, make sure you work on all that is needed to convince your funders that your idea is an original one and not an afterthought. Thank you, Labadi Beach Hotel, for hosting us. See you in the next session.
And I guess you took down some notes. That'll be it for the Marketplace. I'm Charles Aite. But for more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com. Many thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of our programs.